Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to jump into continuing the recap for the Dungeons and Dragons Chroma Slayer campaign. So at this point, Lady Ray Luna and Jesse Bell, the player character of the Amethyst player, Elf Druid Elf Druid Hermit, um, and basically she's asked 4 out of 5 of the questions to this ghost, right? And this dwarf paladin ghost has answered all these questions about Arshan, this helmed fighter who has killed a white dragon and a black dragon, and now he intends to kill a blue, a green, and a red, right? So to become this Chroma Slayer and to make these 5 chromatic swords that other heroes who serve him will use, right? Now, first of all, there are a lot of, there are other like clues that this is a bad dude, right? That he is within the evil alignment. Another one is his face is obscured. His identity is not known, right? So so basically this dwarf paladin gives all this information to Jesse, and then says, hey, wait, before you ask your last question, it's been wonderful speaking with you. I don't want to return to death, right? Is there any way you can take me with you, right? And because once you ask that 5th question, I'll be released and I'll be, kind of just whirlwinded back to death. So the human wizard, the reformed Wizard of Thay, who is friends with Jesse Bell, says, well, it's unfortunate. If I had a gem, we could capture. I could capture his soul into a gem, and then you could take him with you. But we don't have a gem. Well, Jesse Bell does have a gem. She has a sapphire gem, and by the way, this is how I do non-player characters in my Dungeons and Dragons. So basically, when I'll present, I presented Lady Ray Luna to Jesse Bell, right? And I'm like, and then I assumed, I was like, you have a relationship with her, right? And then she took risk, and she's like, not only I'm going to get up, I'm going to help Lady Ray Luna, and I'm going to jump into the adventure and assume that my relationship with Lady Ray Luna, because you've introduced her as someone I know, I'm going to assume that that's a good relationship, and and I have some level of trust there, and that's better for narrative, right? Because the sad sack players who are like, oh, I don't know this person. What? I don't know. I don't want to get connected with person because then you'll use it as leverage against me. It does happen. A lot of dungeon masters do it, right? But one of the things I did is, as soon as she said, yeah, I'm getting up, I'm answering the door for Lady Ray Luna, and I'm going to go on this adventure with Lady Ray Luna, I was like, well, the reason why you're willing to trust her is you've completed adventures together before. And then I gave Jesse Bell, the player character, a sapphire gem, right? So, and that's worth it. I'm not positive it's worth in the DMG. I think it's like 500 gold, right? And so then, and I'm like, you have that on yourself, right? From a previous adventure. And so often I'll do this. Like, if players connect themselves to the player character, to the non-player characters I put in front of them, I'll reward them with material they have on themselves from previous adventures, right? So I think it's a really good way to do it. So at this point, the Red Wizard of Thay, the reformed Red Wizard of Thay, says, takes the gem and then captures the dwarf paladin's soul in the gem. And Jesse Bell just puts it right in her pocket and brings it with her, okay? And so one of the things I did is, so this is a makeshift magical item. So one, she now has this ghost who she carries with her, right? And she can ask him things that someone who's dead would know. Also, the ghost can walk through walls and kind of act as a spy. It's powerful. It's a powerful magic item, right? But also, I also deemed that this dwarf is so happy to not be returned to the grave that this joy, like, just kind of literally radiates out of the gem, right? And every day when he wakes with, every day when Jesse Bell wakes, player is a male, character is a female. Player character is a female, player is male, player character is female. Echoing that ancient, progressiveness of Gary Gygax. He set that up on day one. People, going cross-gender in 1974, way before, that thing had really even, before Americans even accepted anything like that, right? So, really fascinating. So basically, he takes the paladin with him, right? The dwarf paladin with him. So at this point, and Jesse Bell wakes every day with inspiration. So Jesse Bell decides to go with Lady Ray Luna, and they're going to stop Arshan, right? And I said, okay, well, you're able to get back into the city. And the Red Wizard, the reformed Red Wizard of Thay teleports them back into the city, just as he said he could. And then, there's this moment where they're back in his, magical shop in the city. And he says, listen, I understand you're going to stop Arshan, but I can't help you. And honestly, I would highly recommend that you not take on Arshan. And Jesse Bell's like, why? And he's like, well, you're at the beginning of your adventuring career. He's killed 2 dragons. Like, you are going to get wrecked. You're going to get absolutely murdered, right? Like, and this is not a good idea. And I really highly suggest that you do not pursue him. What I would do is complete some more adventures and pursue him 1, 2, 3 years from now, right? Like, you're just not at his level, right? And I can't go anymore. I can't go any further on this adventure with you, right? So Lady Ray Luna, Jesse Bell are like, well, thank you for your help. We appreciate it. We're gonna go and deal with this guy, right? Because he's coming back at 6 p.m. to help everybody, or to get everybody's coins and their and the heroes and the magic items they bring, right? So we got 45 minutes and to get ready, right? So I was like, okay, are you guys going to prepare for the next 45 minutes? And the player character, the Amethyst player, is like, I'm going to go encounter him wherever he is at now, before he gets surrounded by all those people, right? So first of all, it was not difficult at all to find find Arshan, and the reason why is he wears a gleaming suit of, he has a Mesa Smiting, he has a blue and white shield, and he wears shining armor, right? This guy is extremely easy to track because he's got no stealth, right? He's in shining plate, right? So it's very easy for him to track him down. And so they find his hotel, and and actually an inn, right? So they find the inn that he's staying at in Waterdeep, and they go and they actually are able to, they ask the bartender, and they find themselves on the 2nd floor of the inn. They find his room, and they're there ready to approach him, right? He's right now in his room getting ready, right? So Lady Ray Luna and Jesse Bell sneak into the inn on the 2nd floor, and there's literally just a wooden door separating them. We'll cut it off there, and I'll continue my recap next time. Thank you so much for your patience, and also thank you for the honor of sharing this with you. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion, nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.